I do appreciate you coming back and checking out my videos. We are growing the channel a little slow, but we just passed the 500 subscribers, on our way to 1,000 subscribers. And hopefully we get that point and we get enough watch hours, we can start making a dollar or two off of doing these videos. But this week, or today, we're going to talk about our Value Line 600 stock of the week. Each week I pick out a stock from this book, from this subscription service that I subscribe to. And just to be clear, they're not paying me. I basically make these videos that talk about experience or finding new opportunities to invest into different stocks. And sometimes CNBC may feature 10 of the same stocks all the time, and there's a lot of missed stocks that really get missed because until they're up 2,000%, and all of a sudden everybody else wants to get in, and you miss that rocket ship up. So I pick out different stocks, and I just got the update. Last week I did, what was it? Oh, waste management. And let's see, issue 3. See, what happens is you get updates, and you put them in the booklet, and we pick out, and we may or may not own a position in the company. If we do, we always will tell you. So what I'm going to do is I'm taking out of the binder the new section that just came in for July, and that was the one that I pointed out. I could still keep the old reference one for you know, to look back and see basically how accurate was Value Lines. In today's market, they used to talk about buy and hold, and I don't know if that really works anymore. So on the screen here, you can see I have my Webull desktop app. Last week we featured waste management, and look at waste management had a huge run. I mean, if you look here at the chart, I mean, it was down in September, October, 150. It had been up here, and it broke out. Once I broke out of that 170 range, it's up like 50% in the past 6 months. There's a lot of stocks. Like, I like to talk about Boeing. Boeing's has a lot of issues right now. Boeing's really a no touch, I think, for a while, until they can really prove that they're paying attention on what's going on. So you know what, there's a star here that when they did the May 2024 report, and I'm gonna do a Value Line stock of the week is gonna be Super Microcomputer 629. Page 629, we're going to pull that up and see what Value Line basically has to say, and then we'll put it in the chart. And I have owned it and traded it before in the past, currently don't own it now. When I say I mean, I manage my son's 401k, so I may not personally own it, but I mean, I have I have trading powers to manage those funds. So SMCI, let's see where it closed. So SMCI, hold on, SMCI, Super Microcomputer. Yeah, Super Microcomputer. I mean, there's another crazy stock. Look at that stock from 73 back in April of last year to it went to 12.29 in March of 2024. On Friday, it closed at 819.35, actually down 10%, 85.91, but it's had such a huge run. So Friday, let me just make sure you guys are watching this. So Friday, June 28th. I want to keep, if you're watching this in August or whatever in the future, that you guys are getting the most accurate information. Not that you're like, well, what's he talking about? The price is either this much higher or this much lower. So basically, the report that they came out on March 22nd, the price was 1,080, and they have a timeless line of 2. They have the projections on 2027, 2029 that it could go from 1440 to 2160. Let me put my glasses on here. Basically, business. Super Microcomputer designs, develops, and manufactures and sells server solutions based on modular and open standard architecture. They are based in California, and the revenue for last year was $7 billion. Their projected revenue this year is 14, so 100% growth is projected. And they're making money actually. So last year they made $11.43. This year they're expected to make $20. So $20. I mean, at 100 growth. Let's see, $20 a share. I pulled the calculator times 100. Yeah, I mean, even that there's where the numbers of $2,000 a share could be. It's got a PE of 47. Well, again, but it's a high growth stock. So even at $20, even if it traded 11 at last year's earnings, let's see what so a multiple of 47. So if we gave it a 100 multiple, 1143. So that's why it probably at 1229 basically. It's going to need to really show that it's hitting those numbers. But then 2025 is expected to grow another 30% at 27.85. So let's say $28 times 30. Yeah, you got the stock at 840, and basically that's where we we closed at 819.35. So basically, yeah, we're trading at 30 multiple based on 2025 earnings. The issue that I see is that yeah, they're growing at 40%, and they're working servers for generate AI. So they're working with AI. Yeah, it recommends basically, and I'm giving you a shortened version of it says basically, thus only aggressive risk takers will likely find the share suitable at recent valuation. It is one of those stocks that I actually think that if we do get any type of correction, and I'm going to pull over the stockcharts.com chart. If we get any type of correction in there, watch it, because I've seen it happen with Nvidia. Now, Nvidia, I mean, over $3 trillion is just crazy. So right now it's hanging at the 50-day, approximately 50-day, slightly down below the 50-day. Yeah, a 50-day moving average is 829.71, and the 50-day moving average, 829.71 is, so it's down 10 points below that. The 200-day moving average is 596.51. The 20-day moving so it's sitting right there basically if you look at this chart. So really it really hasn't had a big, it peaked up here at the 12 something, pulled back at 7, and it rebounded. So it's one of those stocks that honestly, if you can, it really is going to probably be worth checking it out if it hits this 596.51 200-day moving average. So that's still a 200-point drop, which is about another 25%. But that's when maybe it looks interesting to start nibbling on this stock. Look, it doesn't mean that it won't go. I mean, this is a weekly chart. Let's look at a daily chart here. Yeah. So it keeps kind of bouncing off that 720 support there. But if it breaks below then it's going to go down to 600. But chip stocks and anything AI related have been hot, and this is going to be definitely a company worth watching. Let me see how much they're 3.2. Its market cap is 80 billion, so it's considered a large cap. And total debt. Oh, long-term debt. I want to pull up a Yahoo. I'm looking at its debt, and let me close this part up. Let me look at. So what I do is, if I identify stocks in value line, I'll just say, okay, let's go by what value line says, because this is not a buy, sell, or hold. This is to highlight a stock. So let's go and see. Dig a little further into Yahoo, and really, this is what you do. This is why you don't just rely. You don't just rely on me. You don't rely on Twitter. You don't rely. You kind of do your homework into different aspects. So I'm in at Yahoo, and I'm going to bring this over and show you guys. So now what I'm going to look at in dig a little deeper, and you can see all day on Friday it was in the red. 1 year target 1,023. The volume was 16 million shares. So let's look at the statistics as far as, so the market cap right now is 47 billion. So that one that I quoted for Value Line was based on that price in March, which so that's why it made it higher. So it's already come down. Revenue of $12 billion, which is what I mentioned, that that's previous 12 months. Net income, total cash about $2 billion. Total debt is $2 billion. So I mean that's pretty much a wash. Let's see how many shares short. Shares short is 4.7 million. So about 10% of the shares are short. Yeah, about 10% of the shares are short. So, but it's had a nice run, and that's why. So let's see the profile, and do we see anything different in California? But this is one that came on the radar in the past 6 months, just because it's just been crazy. It's with AI and everything that has jumped out that I just worry honestly, and this is I hate people to get in and even if you got in now, let's say you had $5,000 invest, I'd do it slowly. I'd maybe put 1,000 in, and dollar cost average down, really trying to look again. The 600 number to me is where we could 671 hit 671 back on April 22nd 2024. So obviously because this stock moved down 10% on Friday. This is and we're starting to look, the drying is buying up. I'm sorry, the buying is drying up. Let me say that right. So we definitely, if we start getting a market correction, and we're 120 some days from the election, and there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on, as far as inflation, politics, the stock market. That it's had a nice run, and I don't want to see anyone get burnt. But I think this definitely is. They're going to keep growing. I think there's going to be an opportunity that this stock could be definitely a buyer, and would love to capture some at 600, and 2 years from now, even 600 to back to the 1,200 in 2 years, you're 100% on your money in 2 years. You got to be careful. People get used to buying stocks at 300 and goes to 1,200 in little under a year, and it kind of gets spoiled, and you got that is not good. So you can't always get that return. That's when the greed sets in, and gambling, the 2 G's, greed and gambling set in, and that's not investing. That's not even trading. That's just I like to get 30% returns a year, and can't always get it in the same stock. So overall the portfolio, if I can grow at 30% a year, that's a tremendous return. That's beating most mutual funds, because mutual funds diversification. The problem is you got to be careful how much you put in one stock. One stock could ruin your whole account, and I've seen it happen. So all right, guys, so that is the Value Line stock of the week. I hope you like these videos. I hope you do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, and comment below. Tell me what you think. It's sometimes funny, some of the comments you get, especially when I talk about GameStop and Roaring Kitty. Some of the comments are a little bit like, ooh, okay, that one got blocked. Just because, they're defending the Roaring Kitty. So, all right, give me thumbs up and like and subscribe, and I will see you again. I'll see you next week with the Value Line stock of the week.